This is Scott Munns with the Mid-South Update. This week in the Mid-South area, Mike Graham, one of the great junior heavyweight contenders, has come to the Mid-South area. In a match with Tommy Pritchard, Graham showed great athletic ability and ended the match in a masterful way using the figure four leg lock. Sir Oliver Humperdinck, who bills himself as one of the most successful managers in wrestling today, announced that he would be the new manager of the Champion. This came as a surprise to Eddie Gilbert, who was left out in the cold. Eddie Gilbert was offered a position in a lesser capacity, but Gilbert declined. From now on, it's Humperdinck and the Champion. Later, the Champion met Frank Lane in the ring and showed why he is the Champion by driving Frank Lane's head into the mat with a powerful pile driver. Ted DiBiase and Dr. Death met Brickhouse Brown and Mark Reagan, who have recently found success as a tag team. Recent success or not, DiBiase and Dr. Death seem to be getting better the longer they have the Mid-South Tag Team Championship belts. Doc put the issue to rest with a stampede. Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch keeps making friends in the Mid-South area, but Ted DiBiase is not one of them. A match that was scheduled to be between Dirty Dutch Mantel and Murdoch started with an argument between DiBiase and Murdoch and ended with Murdoch and Butch Reed holding off DiBiase, Mantel, and the Champion. Murdoch and Reed were left in the ring when the smoke cleared, showing once again that these gang tactics will not be tolerated in the Mid-South area. Soon after, Butch Reed met Mark Hawk and handled the situation in the same manner, this time using the flying forearm. Butch Reed is the #1 contender for the World's Heavyweight Championship, and with moves like that, it's easy to see why. The Bounty Hunters are a new force to be reckoned with in the Mid-South area. In a match against Mike Nichols and Wendell Cooley, the Bounty Hunters seemed impervious to pain while dishing out great portions themselves. There was also a high level of teamwork in evidence as the Bounty Hunters combined to pin Mike Nichols with a clothesline and a rear double cup. And finally, Jake the Snake and the Barbarian combined to stay in contention for the Mid-South Tag Team belts by meeting Larry Clark and the Red Raider. Jake the Snake and the Barbarian need to keep winning to stay in contention, and win they did. In a show of teamwork, the Barbarian came off the second rope and the Snake added the coup de grace with the DDT.
Welcome back to Power Pro Wrestling, everybody. And right now, let's take a look at this week's Mid-South Update.
This is Scott Munns with the Mid-South Update. This week in the Mid-South area, Kamala and his stablemate, the Zambui, jumped all over Wendell Cooley and Frank Lane. Kamala and Zambui never gave their opponents a chance, taking control from the very start and ending the match with the big splash. Butch Reed was matched with Tommy Pritchard, but Ted DiBiase had a few words to say to Butch Reed, saying he was the #1 contender for the NWA heavyweight title. DiBiase wanted a match right then and there, and Reed was willing to prove to DiBiase that he is the #1 contender. Reed managed to avoid the loaded glove and put to rest the question of who is the #1 contender with a flying shoulder to the face of Ted DiBiase. The newest pack of trouble from Skandar Akbar, the Bounty Hunters, took on Cowboy Bill Watts and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. The Bounty Hunters represent the latest effort of Skandar Akbar to take over the Mid-South area, but they didn't get the job done. Duggan and Watts walked tall with a victory after Duggan used the spear. Later, Skandar Akbar stepped into the ring during a match that was scheduled between Mike Graham and Dirty Dutch Mantel. Akbar said he should have known better than to hire Americans to handle his dirty work. Akbar challenged Cowboy Bill Watts to a match. Watts accepted and jumped on Akbar. Graham stopped Mantel from jumping Watts, and the Zambui and Kamala jumped in, and Akbar hit Watts from behind and then tried to burn him. While Zambui held Watts down, Mike Graham stepped between Akbar and Watts and sacrificed himself to save Bill Watts. Meanwhile, almost everyone else joined in the action, either in or out of the ring. The Champion injured Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch by smashing him into the ring post. It looked as if Mike Graham was burned severely like Hacksaw Jim Duggan before him. We'll keep you updated on his condition in the following weeks. It looked as if Al Perez was on his way to another Mid-South victory when he had Dr. Death in a pinning predicament with a belly-to-back suplex, but once again, Ted DiBiase jumped into the ring. Referee Carl Fergie called for a disqualification of Perez, continues undefeated in the Mid-South area. Even though injured in the Watts-Akbar skirmish, Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch faced Mark Hawk in the ring. Murdoch showed that it takes more than personal pain to stop a good man, and although he won the match, he has a score to settle with the Nightmare and Humperdinck. Earlier in the week, Dick Murdoch appeared in a commercial for Tulsa Welding School. Captain Redneck is a welder himself and owns his own company in Cannon, Texas. Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Wayman Tisdale signed autographs at Elmer's Barbecue Restaurant in Tulsa. Tisdale, an Olympic gold medal winner and the Indiana Pacers' #1 pick, told Duggan that he's a true fan of Mid-South wrestling.
I'm Jim Ross saying, so long, everybody.
www.universalwrestling.com.